Hello and welcome to a new Tech Tuesday video. This is part 2 on the student side. I'm using a tutor that another teacher for our district has made. This is Professor Time Ward, who teaches U.S. history from the Reconstruction era after the Civil War all the way to the contemporary times. As you can see, there is a quiz connected to this tutor. So you have to interact with the tutor in order to get it to unlock the quiz. I'm going to start with a very basic prompt, but as you'll notice about this tutor, it is very different from the previous one I showed you. One of the key features is this is in the Socratic method tutor. As you can see, it gives the students a little bit of information, but then it asks the students questions. This is because this tutor is made to have the students critically think and recall information that they should already know. This type of tutor is to be used after you have already taught the subject in order to get students to go a little further in depth and to cause them to critically think about what they've learned. Another prompt I gave it is to get more information. Let's say a student is struggling to recall some of the information that they need to have. The tutor then gave them a little piece of information and then another question. And it asked, would the student like to share their initial thoughts about any of these pieces here? So you read through the pieces, and then I wrote in a thought that maybe one of the students would have had. And I specifically answered it wrong just to see what the tutor would do. So as you can see, I wrote in that the 15th Amendment gave women the right to vote. I wanted to see what the tutor would do if I put it in wrong. And the tutor corrected me. It said it's not correct. It gave African American men the right to vote, not women. And then it even gave me the amendment that gave women the right to vote. And then it told the student again what the goal was, and then some things the student needs to think about. And as you can see, this tutor is really a high-level tutor. I'm giving it a prompt here that is a little more high-level prompt. It's not answering the questions that the tutor asked. I want to see what it'll do if I give it an analyzation prompt, a critical thinking, kind of a depth of knowledge prompt, which is analyzing the ongoing debates around civil rights today. And then what the tutor did is it actually gave the students some more questions to think about. What areas of society do you think have racial disparities? Think about education, employment, criminal justice, and housing. How might historical events like Reconstruction continue to impact? And then the consider piece give the students a place to start. And then it gives them a little bit of a task. And then would you like to share your initial thoughts about any of these? As you can see, this tutor is very different than the usual tutors that you have. Going back into the tutor I discussed last week, you can see that the tutor didn't really ask a lot of questions. The student wrote the prompts and the tutor gave them the basic information. This type of tutor is very helpful when students need background information, when they need support. This one right here, again, goes a little bit higher level in the thinking. And like any student, I would ask, why should I know this topic? And as you can see, this tutor gave them some information: historical context, personal growth, civic engagement, academic importance, and then the key learning objectives from this topic. I'm going to go into the quiz to show you what that looks like on the student side. I'm going to go through here very quickly. I'm not really going to pay attention quite a lot to what I'm picking. I want to see what it does if I get something wrong. So here we go. And in question 6, it's open-ended. How do you feel you learned the material? And I just said, okay, submitting my quiz. And as you can see, quiz is complete. Please reach out if you need any help. I am always here to support you. And if you have any questions about both types of tutors. Thank you.